Right, hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to a slightly different video from what I've been doing recently. The last 3 videos I think have been cooking videos in the kitchen, meal prep, baked sweet treats and all that. But seeing as it's Valentine's Day,
get your V out.
I thought I would bring my beautiful fiance along.
Been on your channel before.
Yes, you have. Probably like 99% of you know who this is. But yeah, it's Valentine's Day and I wanted to do a Q&A and I thought, why not bring her along?
So I'm here.
So we've got a nice little Yankee candle setting the ambiance. We've got some chicken and sweet potato dog shit and we've got 2 glasses of Sauvignon Blanc. And this is not a tipsy Q&A. We're just having a little drink before we go out. And if you're wondering where we're going out, we're going to the Côte Brasserie. I think this Q&A is going to be mostly fitness, as well as some sort of more, I don't know, personal relationship-y questions, seeing as we are actually in a relationship.
Juicy.
Juicy. Yeah, you need a bit of juice, otherwise no one's going to watch it, eh? So,
juicy ones are fun.
Yeah, they are fun to be fair. Right, so, is it normal to feel guilty on rest days for not going to the gym / exercising?
No.
No?
Oh no, well, you shouldn't feel guilty, but often people do feel guilty.
Yes, yeah, so it's quite normal.
Yeah, it's normal. I didn't start that very well. Yeah, no, it is quite normal, but you shouldn't feel guilty because it's just as important to rest your muscles as, so I can't string my sentences together. It's just as important to rest your muscles in order for them to grow as it is to work out your muscles. Yeah,
resting is very important, and I think it probably comes down to how hard you are working in your sessions when you are actually in the gym. If you're giving it absolutely everything and you feel like really sore the next day, after about 3 or 4 days of like consecutive hard intense sessions, I find I need a rest day. So like I'm doing a new split with my friends, and Monday to Wednesday it's pretty intense, and then by Thursday, I didn't used to have a rest day in the week, but by Thursday I'm like, oh thank God I've actually got a rest day.
But also it does depend on how well you're sleeping, because if you don't sleep very well then you ache even more.
Yeah, and probably like eating and nutrition too.
Yeah, it does really affect it.
Make sure
and I think it does just sometimes, like sometimes your muscles do just ache a little bit more one week than they do the next week.
Yeah. Because
of just the way your body might respond to the exercises.
Yeah.
But I think always listen to your body in any sense. Listen to your body. If it's too achy, don't train for the sake of it because you feel like if you rest then you're going to lose progress, because you're not going to.
No, it's essential for progress.
Yeah, and also you might actually injure yourself if you're too achy and you're working out. Sometimes I feel like I try to push through and it's okay, like today I had sore legs and I did sprints because I really wanted to, but sometimes that's a bit risky because you could pull something and then
yeah. I think scientifically speaking, I think I've heard people say that if you feel sore but you have rested for, I think it's 3 days, don't quote me on that, but I think you need 3 days at least, and then you're good to go again with the muscles. So even if they are a little bit sore after 3 days, you're pretty good to go.
3 days rest is quite a lot.
No, I mean like, well, just for one muscle group.
Oh, okay.
So say you train your biceps and they're sore.
And then you wait 3 days.
And yeah, even if they're still a little bit sore.
Because usually the day after is the day you ache the most.
Yeah, people that go to the gym will know that. The day after, that's when it gets
legs
serious.
The day after you feel like, oh, day after that, can't go for a week.
Is there a way to gauge a good session? I feel like if you ask yourself that, then you probably haven't done it.
But it's okay if you haven't had a good session sometimes.
Yeah, but she's saying how can you gauge it? So how do you know you had a good session? I feel like you just know. Well, one, if you're sore the next day, you know you've done some damage, which I think is pretty good.
It's not damage, it's good.
It's good damage.
That sounds like you've done something bad.
No, you've done good damage to the muscles.
Yeah.
Coming out sweating if you can't walk down the stairs after a leg day.
Some people don't sweat a lot. So
I don't sweat a lot that much.
No, I do quite a lot. But I just feel like you know when you've had a good session. And it's usually the best sessions are the days you don't really feel it before you go. That's what I found.
When you're not really in the mood.
Yeah, and then you suddenly get in the mood and you love it.
And I guess one way you can try and basically set yourself up so you will consistently have good sessions is get into a kind of routine, and so have like dinner, have like whatever meal like an hour before your session, like every day. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. If you take a pre-workout, do that. Actually, like the My Protein, the pump is like, it's called the pump, and it's so stupid to say. It's like a pre-workout, but it's basically got barely any caffeine in, and but it gets me in the mood. And and if it's not too late in the day, I'll have like a shot of espresso or like a quick coffee at home before as well. And I just find that gets me in the zone. And also listening to music. Like my friends say you're so rude because like I train with them, but I put my AirPods in. Yeah, but it's just like I've got into that habit now, and it just, I think it's all about routine and just getting in that mind space.
Yeah, I find that when I write out my workout that I'm about to do before I get to the gym, then I feel more motivated. Yeah. I say that all the time on my YouTube, but if either you're following a guide, or I find that if I'm not really feeling it, especially if you drive to the gym, often you can just sit in your car for a while if you're not feeling it.
That's why it's a benefit to not drive.
Yeah, there's no way to get to my gym now. But yeah, I feel like if you write out and you know what you're doing for that session before you get there, you'll feel more motivated. It won't feel like you're walking in not knowing what you're going to do.
Right, now we're going to go into some juicy ones. Meghan, I'm going to juice you up.
Yeah.
You want to juice me up.
What's that?
I have trouble singing, but especially I need to get the song. Oh yeah, it's that H. Hey, girl, you wanna juice me up? What is that song? Sing it, please.
No, what's the song that Wussy Bop? No, not Wussy Bop.
Yeah, Wussy Bop.
Take me to the.
Take your girl to the coffee shop.
No, that's not it. The one that you're saying in the car on the radio that Jake Gorman listens to.
Wait, no.
Wussy Bop.
Do you get mad at other guys looking at Meghan's perfectly rounded ass? They didn't say that. I
know, I just said that's not what it says.
It says, do you get mad at other guys looking at Meghan?
I don't think they do.
Well, no, to be honest, since we moved out of London, I haven't... Well, actually, we don't train together, so I don't have the slightest clue whether people are perving over you. James Arthur, bloody... Right, I've got a bone to pick. I've got a bone to James Arthur. If you're watching this, right?
Okay.
If you're watching this shit, right, come in. Right, seriously. Seriously.
What are you gonna say?
I think the wine's gone to my head a little bit. You were working out at One London in London, and and James Arthur was on in the gym playing out music out loud.
He was boxing in the gym.
And he was training at the same time in the room next to Meghan, and Meghan put a story up. Actually, why the hell did you put this story up in the first?
Because
this isn't sounding great for you.
Him.
And she goes, oh, James Arthur's on in the gym and he's boxing next door to me. Oh,
next to me.
X Factor. Oh, Harry Styles. And then James Arthur DMs my girl.
I don't know how he found it.
Yeah, because he's looking. Why is he on your? Oh, no. And he put what did he do?
I can't remember.
An emoji.
He put a unicorn.
A unicorn.
How
dare he?
He was friendly. He wasn't being weird.
So, as long as they're not X Factor winners, I don't mind if they look at Meghan's bum.
Well, Harry Styles might be sleeping in the room next door to us in the hotel, and I can't quite deal.
Right, well, I'm not going to sleep, am I?
This is completely off the question.
Do I mind? I don't mind. Go on, have a look.
You let James Arthur do it.
No, if you're James Arthur, you can't, okay? I'm sorry. That's where I start getting insecure. Are you trying for a baby?
So
we're trying for one tonight, aren't we?
You idiot. Well, I'm on a contraceptions, which doesn't allow it, so not tonight, huh?
No, we're not trying, but it's something we've discussed.
We have been discussing it. However, I want to get married first because I want to not be pregnant so I can have fun. Not that you can't have fun when you're pregnant, but I want to like drink and not be pregnant in my wedding dress. So maybe after we get married. It's something I've actually genuinely thought about more recently though.
Yeah, you're getting a bit broody, but the more I was more like up for it, and now I'd say I'm less up for it now because I'm just thinking like it's scary and you know it's just such a big thing, and you obviously can't go back from that decision.
But do you know why I think that I'm starting to think about it more is because like we've set up our life a bit more now.
Yeah.
So like the infant school's down the road, then there's the junior school, and we talk about how cute it'll be when we like walk them to school with Bluebell and drop them off and pick them up with Bluebell, and Bluebell will be like wagging when they come out of school.
Yeah. But then, yeah, I agree with all that, but then at the same time I think how young we still are.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I don't want to have kids yet.
In like the next 5 years. But like you say, oh, 2 years, 2 years is nothing.
2.5.
2.5 is nothing. Like, it's nothing. And I just don't want to
I know
waste
we're
away
young,
my
but
youth.
we're not that
I don't want
young.
to waste away my youth.
You do realise in 2 years...
We are young.
2.5 years you'll be 27.5. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
that young
young.
to be a dad.
That's so young.
It's not that young.
I think in this day and age that's very young, actually.
But just to answer that question, I feel like, in all fairness, like I'm not saying that I'm being pushy, because I don't know when I want to have kids yet. I've got to give birth, love. You don't have to do that.
Well, yeah, but that's just
I'm not
a few hours of, but being a parent, that's a serious
You're
thing.
already a parent? I'm just going off bad parents.
See, I can't even do it with Bluebell. No, but it's a big
I
thing.
feel like though, if you spent an afternoon with a kid because you loved kids.
I know I like kids. I know I'm going to be a good dad. I know when we do have kids, I'll
dad.
enjoy it. But I just don't. There's no point in rushing it. That's what.
No, I'm not ready yet either. I'm just saying it's
Give
the
it
first
6
time I've properly thought about
Give
it.
it 6 months.
I've not been the naturally broody until now.
Do you wish Niall didn't do social media?
No. Why would I wish that?
I don't know.
I'm
I
really
feel like
glad that
you
Niall
prefer-
does. No, I'm really glad that Niall does social media because it's allowed us to create a life together. Because I think if Niall worked a 9-to-5 job in like an office, or especially if you were a drummer, which Niall did want to be, and they go off on tour all the time for like months, that would have been so hard for us to grow as a couple together.
Yeah.
But because we grew as a couple and you decided to take a similar route to me, we've managed to create a life together.
Yeah,
I think we're really, really lucky that with that, because some people work very separate jobs. Well, most people work very separate jobs, don't they?
Yeah.
But I also appreciate that you have your own thing.
Yeah.
Because I know you would never want to work with me.
Yeah.
But we do things together. But Niall very much wants to do his own thing.
Yeah.
But I'm really.
But you still want me to be in your videos more.
Yeah.
Jesus, how much time do you want from me?
I'd love to me and Niall to do a couple of things, but he won't do it. He wants to do his own thing.
Right, moving on. What's your favourite sex position?
That was a bit of a sudden change of scene. Go on then, you first. It's your
Well, I
video.
think this has been well documented already. I'm a fan of the doggy style. Sorry,
This is so
sorry, Bluebell.
random in this video. We've answered this question once.
All right, I'm cutting it out.
No, you can leave it in. But we did this question once in a tipsy sexual Q&A.
Well, I'm tipsy now, so.
I don't know what my favourite is. I remember in that video I said spoon it, but I kind of take it back. I don't know what my favourite is.
I think you quite like being on top.
I do quite like that, but that's enough now. We'll move along.
Have you ever had any issues with ex-boyfriends or girlfriends?
No, not between us at all.
No? Well, you
Well,
will.
I feel like it's not really your ex-girlfriend, but
They're not girlfriends.
sexual partners at the very beginning.
It never got that far.
I think at the beginning of our relationship, sorry, I keep talking loads and it's your video.
No, that's fine.
But
these questions.
At the beginning of our relationship, before we felt more, well, I felt more secure, because obviously if you know our background, we don't need to say it again. No, it gets annoying.
Let's not get into that, but yeah.
But at the beginning, it took a long time for Niall to commit, and he was a little bit of a ladies' man.
Well, there was a lot of questions that said, was Niall a fuckboy?
Yes.
No, I was a nice fuckboy.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Well, I wasn't even a fuck. Come on, we're
little
at uni.
bit.
We're at
We'll, like,
uni.
sleep with
Why do you
multiple
think
women.
people want to go to uni? It's so they get laid.
It's so that they get a degree, so that they can make a life for
Yeah,
themselves.
kind of, but it's like getting laid and then a degree.
Niall had multiple sexual partners before
That
we were in a
sounds
relationship.
so gross when you say it like that.
Well, it's true. It was gross. It was. And I was one of them.
You
and I
weren't
didn't like
turning
it.
your nose up at the time, were you?
Well, I did in the end, and then we found each other again. But no, when we first got together, because of that, and because I knew Niall before was never really that committed to anybody, it took me a while to trust him. And then because of the girls that he was sleeping with up till before we committed to each other, they made me feel a little bit nervous, because I was like, does he still want to sleep with those girls? So we've had like a couple of arguments in the first year of our relationship. I remember one particularly when we went on holiday, but it was probably like 9 months into our relationship where I felt comfortable to ask and be annoyed at him, because at first I was kind of just really glad to be with him and that I was the chosen one. But then but then 9 months in, I was like, right, okay, I need to know this now before we go any further. We need to settle this. And we did. But apart from that, Niall's never had any issues with me, because once I have eyes for somebody, that's it. I don't leave them.
Me too. I haven't left you.
Yeah, no, to be fair, once you committed, and that was it.
Are you just interested in Meggan because of her bum? No, well, no, she's not always had this bum, you see. Before she knew me, she'd never
there's more to me than a bum.
She'd never stepped foot in a gym.
No, I hadn't. But
it was like, it was like, as her bum grew, it was like, it was a confirmation that I'd made the right choice. I mean, I'm all for it. You know, she's a very beautiful
There's
lady.
more to me than a bum, and that's so annoying.
And most importantly, she's
I'm
very sweet, and she's a very kind-hearted person. It was obviously physical attraction, as well as you know, chemistry that brought us together.
Yeah, I feel like I was thinking about that earlier because of a TikTok that I was filming, and how like I knew from the beginning of meeting you that eventually you'd give in, because I felt like
I think
we had something really good, and you were just like not quite ready to let leave. Like,
that's what I've always said. That's why I don't like when you say, "Oh, I was, you know, messing around or whatever."
But that was the thing that I found hard, is I knew you liked me, but I
was never a dick about it.
No, you weren't. That's why you were a nice one, boy. But I feel like from the beginning, I knew that we had really good chemistry.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time.
Yeah, I had to just wait around, kind of.
So, the moral of this Q&A is, if you like someone and they're too busy shagging other people, just wait around, because it's going to happen eventually.
That is not what happened, actually.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching.
Shut up. I did not wait around. I carried on with my life, but knew in the back of my head that I liked this person, but I had fun with my friends. I drank.
Hope it wasn't James Arthur.
Yeah, maybe it was.
You have it.
We had James Arthur playing when we went out, before we went out, and we drank some gin and tonics. Actually, I didn't like them back then. We drank
rosé.
What did I used to drink?
You used to drink the Blossom Hill like strawberry
the
summer fruit
one
rosé,
from Savers,
which might as well be like Vimto.
That was nice. We drank that, and I had fun. I didn't spend my life waiting for you.
I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for joining us on this Q&A. I hope you've all had a good Valentine's Day.
It was very fitness sexual.
Yeah. Oh well. I'm still getting the hang of this YouTube thing. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I shall be back after this video with another cooking video. Comment below what kind of cooking video you want to see from me. Meal prep, I'm thinking like rice bowls, or maybe some low calorie sweet treats or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Bye!
Bye!